Week 4 of the Simulation Football League, Season 22 rolls on from the Pacific Northwest. Vancouver, British Columbia, up in Canada. We're in the Delta Dome tonight as the Vancouver Legion play host to the Canton Classics. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Eric Vincent alongside Anthony Ellison, Gerald Smith, Dwayne Schindler in the Stats Truck Force this evening. Commissioner, executive producer extraordinaire Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. And Anthony, we've got a matchup between two undefeated teams. Vancouver having a bye week last week. Canton winning all three of their previous games, getting a bye week next week.
Yeah, and this is going to be very exciting. Vancouver coming off that bye, had a little bit more time to do some studying for this Canton game. Canton is going to be focusing on their running game here. They have a dual head at running back with Robert Johnson and Logan Lee right here. So let's see how Vancouver and their number 4 rush against defense goes against this Canton team.
It is going to be very interesting to watch. Canton sitting at the top of the North Division along with DC. Vancouver sitting on top of the Pacific Division as well. So we will have to see how it all shakes out. You mentioned the two-headed rushing attack for the Classics in Robert Johnson and former Vancouver Legion member Logan Lee. And he is actually going to get the start tonight against his former team. The Classics will get the football to start the football game, and here we go. Booted out of the back of the end zone, so out to the 20 the Classics go, and Scar Patterson at quarterback.
Yeah, and what Canada's going to want to do to come out, they want to establish the running game. You have Logan Lee starting first in the league with touchdowns with 4, but don't forget Robert Johnson is going to be there. Looks like they're coming out in a passing set already.
Yep, empty sets. Under center is Patterson. He's going to throw it out to the near sideline, and that is caught for a short gain by Jack Wall, the tight end.
So Patterson coming in just middle of the line right now with the stats right here. Only allowed 4 interceptions, but only 2 touchdowns. So looking to get him going early, and that's going to help out the running game the rest of the way.
And looking like a run formation here, I formation. Handoff does go to Lee, trying to get out of the backfield. Burying defenders along the way, and he's breaking loose. 40, 45, 50. He's got one man to beat. Eventually gets ushered along that near sideline, but after a huge gain for Logan Lee.
When you're playing against a former team, you're going to have a little bit more extra energy going towards this game right here. Whatever happened that you switch teams, you know you're going to have more energy when this game up. You had it on your calendar for a whole season, and that right there is a run that Vancouver is going to need to stop early. Bring more people to tackle him.
26 yards for the former Legion member. Sets a first down from midfield. Pitch. This time, Robert Johnson with the carry, trying to find some room, and a good carry there for Rojo as he gets a gain of 7 on first down.
So now you come in with Robert Johnson right here, 236 yards rushing for the season. That's 4th. Loves to get out to the open field and break tackle. They got to make sure they go to the point of attack right there. Good job by the offensive line with the block.
I formation once again for the Classics. Handoff goes back to Lee, and the Legion do a nice job of burying him at the line of scrimmage. Very short gain, and that brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and we saw right there Blackman with the tackle. Emmanuel Blackman, second in the league with 3 interceptions right there. You're going to see him all over the field, which is going to be very important.
Third and short. Handoff. Lee again, trying to get the first down, and the Legion are going to make a stop. Bring up a 4th and inches for Canton.
Big play right there by the inside linebacker, Josh Fancy, with the stop right there. Now, what Canada is trying to do, they want to see, they might have gotten the first down right here. When we go back and look at this replay, we're looking to see where the point of the ball crosses there. So that yellow line is that imaginary first down marker line. So we're looking to see if he broke the plane right there. But it was a good job by 53 that's causing the tackle right there.
And that's a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. And it's looking like forward progress would give him that first down, Anthony.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it was enough to get the first down there.
Oh, and the ruling on the field is going to stand, so Canton will lose a timeout on the challenge. Definitely up here in the booth, we thought it was a good one, but nonetheless, the Zebra is down on the field. Think otherwise. And Canton is still faced with a 4th and short. Their offense out on the field.
Big play right here. You know they want to run the ball. Vancouver has to be ready with those blitz. Got to shoot the gap to stop any progression right there.
There's going to be a QB sneak for Patterson. He's got it and more. He's going to be inside the 25-yard line. First down for the Classics.
I love the play call there. It didn't see it coming. You're expecting to see it hand off to Lee, and it was just a nice little quarterback sneak. What he did was he went right behind the right guard and the right tackle. Good job with the pancake block, picking up the first down right there for Canton.
So it doesn't matter if they got the challenge or not. The Classics extend the drive nonetheless. Setting up shop now from about the 27-yard line. Handoff again goes to Lee. Logan Lee still on his feet. First down inside the SFL red zone to about the 20.
And you're seeing right there why he is 3rd in the league in rush attempts. 6.2 yards a carry. And that was just a beautiful trap play. The lineman went across the line and blocked it. We call it a nice little offensive line trap. And Lee just followed right on through for another first down.
It has been a heavy dose of Logan Lee on this drive. 1st and 10 now from inside the 20. Gibson goes in motion to the far side of the field. Pitch play, this time to Robert Johnson, who gets buried at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by number 41, Zach Lee, the corner.
Yeah, and that's exactly where you're going to need to do. You're going to have to shoot off into the gap, get past the blockers right there before anything can happen. You've seen what Canton wants to do. They want to run the ball 6 times already in this drive.
Pitch play again, same play, goes to Logan Lee, and again, similar result as the Legion stop him right at the line, if not before it. Farnsey getting him with another stop.
Patterson has to recognize that they showed blitz. They brought a few more to the line. You got to audible out of it. You got to look for your receivers right there. They can catch the ball. Now you're in a long 3rd down situation.
Patterson to throw, has a good pocket, over the middle, one-handed grab for the first down, inside the 10, 1st and goal for Canton.
It's the first time tonight we see Ryan Owens. The pocket was really clean. I really love it. Just a simple drag route. Go right behind that linebacker right there. A good job by Patterson staying in the pocket and staying composed and delivering a strike when needed.
And taking the hit on top of that. That's the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K 23. And it looks like Derby gets the handoff there. Or excuse me, it was Bill Cherry that got the handoff. And that's going to be a good chunk of about 4 yards near the goal line. 2nd down.
And right here, this is when you cannot bend anymore here. You have to go. You know they want to run the ball. Canton has been running the ball all series right here. You got to bring some blitz, bring some pressure.
Handoff Lee, diving end zone, touchdown Canton.
And that's the way to complete the drive. We know Canton's identity on the field is running the ball. It's smash mouth football. And that's all they did on that drive right there. Nothing special, no trick plays or anything, just smash mouth football. And Vancouver was not ready for it. Fantastic way to end the drive.
So the Classics take the opening possession, march down the field, take about half the quarter off the clock, and cap it off with a touchdown. Extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0 your score. 12 plays, 80-yard drive for the Classics.
And now it's time for Vancouver. They have a good offense as well. Let's see what they do when they come back on the field. They got to respond, or it's going to get out of hand really quickly.
Return from about midway in the end zone is Nick Lockett, and he'll make it out past the 20 to the 21-yard line, and we'll get our first look at the Vancouver Legion offense headed by Christian Brown.
Yeah, it's going to be realizing how much you can do to balance with Robert Redford had 91 yards last game, but you got two great wide receivers in Killings and Wells. You got to get them in there early and often.
Offset eye to start things off for the Legion. Handoff goes to the Hall of Famer, Redford, pushing his way forward for a gain of 5. That's a good start there on first down.
So what Vancouver wants to do, Andy Hamilton's team, they want to establish the run, but it's just to set up the pass because they have great receivers on the outside here. So if they can get 5 yards on the first down, it's going to make it really easier for them to do more high percentage passes.
Handoff again, this time to Pseudo Nakai, who gets the first down out across the 30-yard line. So already a good start. It looks like we might see a running type of game. Both these teams looking to run the football so far.
And you saw they emphasize that in practice all week right here. Running the ball is a mentality. And the fact is, if you could just go helmet to helmet and you're pushing the other team back, that says a lot right there. And I love that Vancouver is responding by running the ball.
Each team averaging over 150 rush yards a game early on in season 22. Throw goes to Lockett. Buries the defender with the stiff arm, and he breaks out to the outside. He's got a first down and more before he's tackled out of bounds. Impressive play by Nick Lockett.
Yeah, just a simple 2-yard hitch route right there. And what a way to just break the tackle on the outside. What happened was the defensive end lost containment on him. Just a nice little stiff arm. Got more extra yardage. And Vancouver, I like the response already.
Just a few plays and close to midfield already. Offset eye with Nakai as the tailback. Canton showing blitz. They'll send it. Nakai trying to get out of his own backfield, but gets tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Yeah, and you see both teams, they're coming out. They want to run the ball. Vancouver is looking for some more balance. They're looking for the Lockett. You got some great receivers on the outside right there. It's all about who's going to make that first stop.
First throw for Brown. Clean pocket. Throws it near sideline. Into double coverage. Caught by Kendra Wells for a first down.
And that's one of the receivers we're talking about, Kendra Wells. 6 catches, 114 yards for the season right there. And it's plays like that. First of all, beautiful clean pocket. Give yourself time. And what a strike right there. Maybe that defense could have intercepted the ball, but great job focusing by Wells, even though they had distraction right there to catch that ball for a first down.
Former Canton Classic, played last season in Alamo City for the Artillery, and now here in Vancouver. Brown, quick fires over the middle, catches made for a gain of 9, and that's Zorro Lunar, the wide receiver.
So it's going to be very important what the defense can do on either side right here. They're both moving the ball extremely well. It's going to be a key sack or a key turnover to stop the bleeding on each side.
Handoff Redford trying to drag bodies across the line to gain, and he'll be stopped just short. Good defense by the Classics that time, bringing up a third down.
Yeah, and this 30 inches right here, you gotta recognize what they want to do, which this drive has been running the football. So if I'm Canton, I'm bringing a little bit more people in the box to stop that.
Handoff again, bouncing it outside, and does get the first down. Mateo Pravado, one of the fullbacks in this offense, able to keep the drive alive for the Legion as they creep closer to the SFL red zone.
Great patience on that run right there. Seeing that the first initial hold you had to go to was already occupied, just bounce it to the outside for a first down.
Offset eye again for the Legion. Handoff. Up the middle. And Nakai will get 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 as they do get inside the SFL red zone.
And for both teams to running the ball so effectively early, and these are two good defenses right here, it just shows that this is going to be a cat and mouse game the whole entire game.
Carry again, this time to Redford. Canton makes the stop after a short gain. Gronek and company brings up a 3rd and 3. Very methodical drive here for Vancouver.
Yeah, and it's taken up like almost the first quarter. We only had 2 drives, and it's just long drives right here. This is what you want to see by both teams.
11th play of the drive. Brown. Clean pocket once again. Plenty of time. Gonna loft one. Middle of the field. Catch is made by Kendra Wells. 1st and goal for the Legion.
It doesn't matter how great your defense is. If you cannot get pressure and the quarterback can sit there and go through all 4 of his reads and then deliver a strike, it's really tough for the defense to do anything. We got to bring some more pressure right there. But great job by Vancouver, by Kendra Wells, finding the opening after the play broke down to get another 1st down.
Yeah, excellent point. Vancouver's offensive line looking very good, keeping Brown upright early on with the few passing attempts that he's made. Another handoff straight up the middle. Stiff arm, but goes nowhere. Canton bottled up just about every hole there available for Redford, and it's going to be a short loss.
So we saw that with Patterson and Canton. When you saw that there's 8 people in the box right there, got to do an audible. You want to get out of the play that you're in.
Second to goal, I formation, handoff goes to Nakai. Nakai trying to bounce it to the outside. Tackle is made after a short gain of maybe a couple as Curse and company made the stop. Brings up 3rd and goal. Might see one more play before the end of the quarter here.
Coming out in a running formation, we got 8 in the box, 9 in the box again.
We'll see if they snap it. They do. Handoff goes to Redford. Redford again gets stopped. Canton's defense, as you mentioned, Anthony, ready for that. Stacking the box, and Kanye Rockefeller comes in and lives up to his name as we hit the end of the first quarter of action. Canton with a 7-0 lead over Vancouver. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by 8 p.m. Music. We are live on YouTube. Eric Vincent alongside Anthony Ellison, Gerald Smith, Dwayne Schindler in the stats truck for us this evening. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, helping us put on this wonderful show, and a field goal attempt now for Vancouver on 4th and goal.
And after a really great drive, Vancouver just let off the gas right there, and great job by Canton and Rockefeller to make adjustments at the red zone. Put more in the box and challenge Vancouver to run the ball. And Vancouver's like, we're going to try it. But Canton was able to get the stop right there and only gave up a field goal compared to a touchdown.
To win with the chippy field goal, caps off the 14-play drive by Vancouver. That took up the whole rest of the first quarter of action. Canton will take a knee in the end zone and will bring the football up to the 20-yard line. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Second possession for the Classics. Patterson going to pitch it out to Logan Lee. The former Legion member is running hard tonight and gets a gain of 10+ to move the sticks out to the 30-yard line.
7 carries and 52 yards already in just the beginning of the second quarter. And how is he doing it? Great blocking by the wide receivers on the outside and just breaking the first tackle. Vancouver needs to bring everybody to Lee, any running back there, because he's going to break the first tackle, and you got to be there for the second one.
His yards after contact have been impressive thus far. Another pitch play, this time to Robert Johnson. Johnson gets a gain of 3 on the play. Tackle made by Drew Hamilton, second down.
And once again, we're talking about the cat and mouse game, the chess games right there. So on defense, they brought Josh Franzi to the outside, feeling like they was going to do a pitch sweep to the right, and that's what they did, and good job stopping it.
Hand off to Johnson once again, who gets closer to the line to gain. Is going to bring up a third and very short for Canton.
So you got to be careful, Vancouver. So now you're spreading out your linebackers. That middle is going to be open, and Canton has shown the versatility. They can run it to the outside and the inside.
They have liked to run it up the inside in this formation, I formation. Wall goes in motion to the other side. Instead, it's a QB sneak. Patterson gets the first down and more, and he slides to avoid further contact. Short gain of about 2 or 3, but that's just enough for the first down.
And you can tell Patterson is not afraid to run the ball. Ran it 5 times last week for 11 yards with the key first downs, and that's another one right there. Second time today, first down on a quarterback draw.
Patterson under center with 4 wide this time. Going to sling it out quickly to Wall. Wall turns it upfield, but steps out of bounds after a gain of 7. He had plenty of room to operate along that sideline before Emmanuel Blackman cut him off.
So that right there, that's really great because you need to keep the defense honest. So when you throw the ball to the outside, it stretches the defense out because you have to be honest on those routes. So now all that does is keeps the middle open for you to run the ball. So good high percentage pass right there by Patterson.
8 in the box for the Legion on defense. Anticipating the run, they'll get it as Cherry has the football. And he gets maybe a yard on that play. The front 4 for Vancouver clogging those holes. Michael Rury, number 75, making the stop.
Big third down coming up here.
Crowd on their feet here at the Delta Dome. Owens in motion. Handoff, Lee, spin move, and he gets the first down out across midfield to about the 45.
Such a tough run by Lee, and this is what you've just been seeing the whole entire day, is the first contact, breaking it. So right there, broke it right off of number 77, and it was just too late for the rest of the team there. But it's just the first contact. He's breaking it almost every time at a high percentage there. And that's the one thing that Vancouver has to make an adjustment on.
And that was Achilles Papatanis that he broke the tackle on. Very, very quick off the line is number 77. Johnson with the carry this time, and he'll get a gain of 3. Gain tackled by Blackman and others, brings up second down.
And this is a Vancouver defense that's 4th in sacks, and they're about in the middle of the pack with tackle for losses. So this is not an easy defense to run on, but the offensive line for Canton is doing a fantastic job.
Play action, and Patterson goes down. Michael Rury was not fooled, and he goes right after the quarterback and gets the sack. 3rd and long coming up.
And you saw right there why they are 4th in the league in sacks, now with the 8th sack of the season. Second one from Michael Rury. Just a nice little swim move on the inside, and just they didn't have enough time to throw it. And good job by the defense pushing them to a long 3rd down situation.
Beat Adam Chance pretty much right out the gate. Patterson forced to throw on 3rd and long. He's going to find a man at the 30-yard line, and that'll extend the drive for the Classics.
And when you run the ball so effectively, something like this happened. The corner that's supposed to be on that post route was looking in the backfield for Canton and recognizing that it might have been a run, and just the receiver got right behind him for a first down.
Bob Lund extends the drive, setting up first down from just inside the 30. Classics looking to go up by 2 scores. Patterson over the middle, catch made. Owens, first down inside the 20 and into the SFL red zone once again for Canton.
And it's just the same play, and it's a great route. I really love it because is right in front of all your safeties. Just a nice little 8-yard post over the middle. And that right there is keeping the defense honest. It's making the box lighter for Vancouver, so then Canton can run the ball effectively.
Only the second possession of the game, but Canton is chewing up a ton of clock. Logan Lee with the carry, and that's probably one of the first carries we've seen of him that only goes for maybe a yard.
You have ball hawks on your team for Vancouver, so you're just looking for an opportunity that maybe Blackwell can get for an interception here, but you just want to slow Canton down as much as possible.
Patterson to throw. Catch made by Owen. Slips the defender, and he gets it the first down yardage inside the 5 for a 1st and goal.
And that right there was just an anticipating route right there on Blackwell. Just a 3-step and just throw it. I love how the receiver there on the outside just shielded Blackman off from getting that interception. And that's just another 1st down.
All 3 drives of the game have gone for 12 plus. This the 14th play of the drive for Canton. Play action. Patterson in trouble again, and Rury gets his 2nd sack of the game.
And it's off the same type of play. A play action, and Rury is not falling for it. Just beating up on the interior line with just another bull rush move to get to the quarterback right there. I would have probably just handed off, but once again, I understand what they were trying to do, but fantastic job by Rury. 2nd sack of the game.
Canton might want to stay away from that play action play because Rury has read it like a book both times so far. Getting sacks on both of those plays, setting up 2nd and goal from the 11. Pitch play to Lee. Gets rid of the 1st defender, not the 2nd. Barnesy brings him down, sets up 3rd and goal.
So now Vancouver knows that they're going to pass the ball. So you can get yourself in a nickel or a dime situation, get some more cornerbacks out there. You have to be careful. That slant route can be open on the far left side right here. Just got to make sure you play some good coverage.
Roll out for Patterson. Sets his feet. Fires. End zone. One-handed grab it. It's a touchdown. What an insane play by Al Dillapre Sr. And he gets Canton a 2-score lead.
And that's just fully trusting in Al Dillapre right there. Just nice little rollout. Give yourself some time. You know he's doing a drag route over the middle. It does take some time. A beautiful throw. We just got to see if both feet were in bounds, and it might have been.
And we're not going to see a challenge on that play from Vancouver. I'm a little surprised because watching the replay, it did look like that foot hit the back of the end zone and did not get in bounds. But nonetheless, Canton able to jump out to a 2-score lead off of a 16-play drive. Absolutely unbelievable catch by Dillapre Sr.
You would think the coaches in the booth would have threw a flag, especially because they did win a challenge earlier in the game. But that right there, you got to throw it to see if it was a touchdown or not.
Lockett right up the middle of the field with the return, and he'll bring it out to about the 29-yard line. Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. So only the 2nd offensive possession for Vancouver, and we are deep into the first half. 3:09 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. The throw over to Wells into coverage, and that is incomplete. Good coverage out there by King Jamal.
So Vancouver, you have some time. You have timeouts here. You want to get some points on the board, knowing that you are getting the ball back at half. So you want to get some type of points. You're still in it. You're only down by 2 scores.
First incompletion by either quarterback here this afternoon in Vancouver. Brings up second down, offset eye. Brown to throw again. In trouble, sets his feet, throws a lofted pass, and it's picked off! Going back the other way, and that is number 25, Frank Bernstein, who caught the deflection. It was an ill-advised throw to start with, but Bernstein was able to pick it off up in the air and bring it back into great starting field position for the Classics.
It was pressure that led to an errant throw, which he could have intercepted it the first time, and a bobble
True.
and a good hit by the safety kept the ball in the air and just able to come back with it. So great concentration on that one, and that's a big play. And Canton can now, with great field position, add more points on the board.
Bernstein, his first pick of season 22. Patterson with 3 minutes to go, fires, catch, inside the 20. Owens has been Johnny on the spot in the passing game for the Classics, and that's going to be a first down.
And they're all coming from the same type of route. 4 catches already for 54 yards for Owens, and they're just loving that nice little skinny post over the middle. It's just getting right behind the linebackers. The linebackers need to get some more depth in their zone because they're just throwing right behind it, right in front of the safety.
Perfectly thrown ball by Patterson right in front of Drew Hamilton, who makes the stop. First down from the SFL red zone, just inside the 20-yard line. Patterson to throw again. Clean pocket, throws a little low, but the catch is made. Dillapre Sr. is just catching all the crazy ones here tonight. That's a 7-yard gain there for him.
Wow, I thought that was going to the ground right there, but what a way to get your hands right underneath there for the catch.
Second and 3, offset eye, approaching the 2-minute warning. Last play before then, Cherry, handoff, and it goes nowhere. Brings up a 3rd and 3 as we hit the 2-minute warning here in Vancouver. 14 for Canton, 3 for Vancouver, and the Classics are knocking on the door. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, live on YouTube. Eric Vincent and Anthony Ellison here in the broadcast booth. Gerald Smith, Dwayne Schindler in the stats truck for us this evening. Commissioner Cameron Irvine producing back at SFL HQ. Patterson to throw, catch by Wall, avoiding defenders, and finally goes down. They are going to give him forward progress and give him the first down, so it'll be a 1st and goal.
And they gave him the first down because of forward progress right there, but just got to be careful. Keep on trying to get extra yardage right there. That could have been dangerous.
From the gun now, clock continuing to roll. Canton with 2 timeouts.
Man coverage right here from Vancouver.
Patterson, blitz coming, picked up over the middle, catch by Owens, and he stops short of the goal line. Going to be 2nd and goal here for the Classics.
And they found the matchup they were looking for it there, bringing over Owens across the line. It was able to match up with that nickel cornerback.
Canton quickly back up to the line. Looking to punch it in here. Handoff right up the middle, hurdles into the end zone. 2nd touchdown for Logan Lee.
And he wasn't going to get touched. That the offensive line just did a stellar job right there with the fullback leading up there, just at the point of contact, just pushing the team back right there. Just a simple hurdle, touchdown by Lee against his former team.
So the pick by Frank Bernstein sets up his offense perfectly, and Canton capitalizes with a touchdown. Rob Ems for the extra point. And it is up and through. 21-3, 1:05 on the clock. Vancouver will have all 3 timeouts at their disposal. They also get the second half kickoff as well. So we might see a little hustle and bustle from the Legion offense to see if maybe they can double dip before the end of the half.
You just have to be careful. When they try to do that last drive, it led to an interception here. You don't want to force it, but you definitely want to push the ball as best you can because you want to get some points before the half.
Lockett will take a knee in the middle of his own end zone. That'll bring the ball out to the 20. And you're absolutely right, Anthony. Christian Brown, ill-advised pass, forced it into coverage, and that ended up with the pick by Bernstein. So we'll see if maybe a passing attack is the option here on this presumably final drive of the first half, or if maybe they just want to go into the half, lick their wounds, get the second half kickoff. Handoff goes to Redford, avoiding defenders, gets a good 7-yard gain there.
And it looks like just by, how slow they're getting up, that they might just be okay with going into the half, especially after that interception.
Plenty of time left in this game, obviously, but with the way both teams are milking the clock with their game plans here this afternoon, not 100% sure exactly how many opportunities each team is going to get, and Sudo Nakai has taken advantage of that opportunity he's been given, as that's going to be a first down run. Vancouver calling their first timeout.
I do appreciate this, recognizing that's two good runs back to back here. Let's see if you can get some yardage, a good yardage over the air.
Now past the 35. First down for Vancouver. Brown lofts one, incomplete. I couldn't tell if that was maybe tipped or it was just an ill-advised throw, but looking for Wells, 30 seconds on the clock.
That could have been really dangerous right there. That was deflected at the line, and that could have went the other way.
Brown under center, second down. Pressure coming, throws, deflected and intercepted again. That's Bernstein with another pick, his second of the evening. And what a great play by the Classics defense to put a stop to the Vancouver drive.
That was absolutely phenomenal tip right there, and just great concentration to catch the ball coming on the way down. That's what you don't want to see if you were Vancouver, which was another interception before the half. Now let's see if Canton's going to push the tempo and see if they can get 80 points.
I think that was Rockefeller that did his best Jordan impression to get the deflection, and Bernstein able to get his second pick of the afternoon from midfield. Canton, and that's Wall with a 6-yard gain there. 20 seconds to go, and Canton will call their second timeout. They'll have one remaining.
And for Canton going back on the sideline of the offense, you need to take a look at that tablet and recognize that they're doing a heavy zone on the outside, maybe throwing something over the middle.
Handoff Lee, trying to find some room, gets dragged down behind the line as the Vancouver defense was ready for him. Lay getting in there, making the stop. No more timeouts for the Classics. So no other way to stop the clock for Canton. They need to get this out of bounds to keep the drive preserved. Patterson rolls out, fires, incomplete, going to bring up fourth down. That freezes the clock at 12 seconds, and the Classics are in no man's land, so they'll have to punt.
Yeah, just take this lead that you have in the halftime right here. Make sure you don't give up a punt return. Make sure all your blockers are out there. Just get there, just a nice little safe punt. If you need to punt it out of bounds, definitely do.
Punt by Charles Brown. Very high punt, fielded at about the 9-yard line. And get maybe about a 6-yard return out to the 15 by Sawyer Stern. And 2 seconds on the clock. I think Vancouver will be happy to just take this into the half and get the second half kickoff.
And you're not out of it if you're Vancouver. You had some good stops on defense, and you had some good runs on offense, and you just need to build off of each thing.
Brown coming out in the shotgun here. 7-step drop, gonna fire one deep and incomplete, looking for Lockett. And the clock hits triple zeros. That is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Canton with a 21-3 lead over the Vancouver Legion in the Delta Dome. And it's been a very impressive game plan so far by Canton. They have been running the clock very well through their run game, and their defense is starting to show up. They definitely did in that second quarter against Christian Brown and that Legion offense.
Yeah, and you just have, when you have a balanced offense here, when you're running the ball for a total of 87 yards, and then you're passing the ball for 115. Patterson with just good high percentage passes, 12 for 13, 115 yards and a touchdown, 92% completion rating. You can't ask for anything better from out of your quarterbacks right here. And their target, Ryan Owens, with 5 catches for 62 yards in that first half. Just a balance all around for Canton.
And no doubt the halftime player has got to be Logan Lee, making his return here to Vancouver, as he's had 41 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns to start the football game. Vancouver going to get the second half, and we'll see what they can do against this vicious Classics defense who has picked off Brown twice. Both those picks going to Bernstein. And we are ready for second half football as Rob Ems is ready to kick it away. Lockett from about the 2 is going to bring it up the field, avoids the first tackler, and gets tackled at about the 28-yard line. We'll toss it over to SFL HQ for our first game break. Cameron Irvine, what do we got, Cam?
Thank you, Eric. Tulsa's in Seattle today, and after Tulsa got the first touchdown on the board, Baloo Scott gets a 2-yard touchdown on 2nd and goal. Tie game at 7. Gabriel Manning just 1 catch for 23 yards, 13 minutes into this one. Seattle doing a good job on him. All tied up there. Back to you in Vancouver.
Thank you, Cam. Looks like a good game going on in our secondary game going on right now. 21-3 your score here as Vancouver gets their first crack at the football in the second half. Handoff goes to Redford, and he'll get a gain of about 2 or 3 on that play. The Legion's home field, the Delta Dome, is hosted by Delta Flare, a startup company building video games and economic solutions for blockchain compatibility. Grab your knots and get ready for their premier title, Valor Rising: Quest for the 7. Visit their website at deltaflare.gg for more details. Canton dominating the total yards as their defense has done very well in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Nakai this time, and dragging defenders is Pseudo Nakai. He will get the first down, and that'll move the sticks for Vancouver.
So here's the mindset for Vancouver. You can't tie the game off of one drive. You need to take things drive by drive, get positive yardage, get good movement of the ball, and it starts with this drive right here and getting some points on the board that it will give hope for your defense right here. If I'm Canton, I don't want them to get anything. I want them to stop them and lose all momentum.
And the Classics are stacking up in that interior portion of the line. Handoff goes right that way, and Redford is buried for a TFL as big number 55 gets in, Kevin Brackett, and makes the stop.
And see, what they're going to do is they're going to make Vancouver pass the ball. They haven't been effective in the passing game that well. Interceptions. So they're going to make them throw the football, and that's going to when you got to come through.
Brown will throw. Airs it out and incomplete. Looking for Lockett on the play. Brings up a 3rd and long.
And this is what Canton wants to do. They want to have a 3rd down situation. They got 2 interceptions. The defensive ends, they're going to have a wider rush, and they're going to go after that quarterback here.
Brown started off hot, completing his first 4 passes, and since then hasn't had one. In fact, throwing it to the other team twice. Brown going to throw again. Into double coverage there and incomplete. Again, the Classics defense, Classics secondary, clamping its teeth shut and not allowing the completion. So Brown still 0 for his last 7.
Just having a tough time reading the zone coverage there. Canton just putting everyone back in coverage and only have 4 rushing and just having a hard time reading the defense.
So the punt will be by Hunter Smith. Fielded at about the 20-yard line. And up out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. The Classics have done very, very well today, Anthony, with having long, methodical drives. Each drive they've had, with the exception of the one before the half, has been for at least 12 plays.
And that drains the defense. That brings a lot of pressure on the defense. They're tired when you're running the ball as effectively. And then on the third drive, they pass the ball to Owens quite a bit, so it's just catching them off guard here. But they're converting third downs at a high percentage and just staying on the field.
Patterson to throw early on and incomplete, an ill-advised throw, trying to find Wall, as that's been kind of the MO for the Classics on early downs. That one falls incomplete, though.
I think that was Farnsey in coverage right there. That could have been a big play for Vancouver, but if you're the Classic, I'm just going to run the ball. They haven't proved to stop me yet.
That's a good point, and with a 3-score lead, it's hard to argue with that logic. Handoff goes to Lee, spin move, and gets tackled right around the middle of the field, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Canton.
Look, you have somebody with 13 carries and 71 yards and an offensive line that loves to block. So right there, I love the blocking by the center, recognizing that everybody was accounted for on the defensive line, just went up to the next level and took care of the full the linebacker. That gave Lee time to run up the middle.
As you see Lee's numbers there against his former team, he has been running with a purpose here this afternoon. Patterson trying to get the first down, and he does. They're going to give him forward progress on that. We've had a couple head-scratching calls here this afternoon, and that one's another one, I think.
You got to throw the red flag on that one.
There it is.
There it is. Now, what are we looking for? So they called it the first down. So they have to have clear-cut evidence that it was short and it wasn't a first down right here. So that's for everybody at home. So you got what they're looking for once again is where the nose of the ball breaks. It doesn't break the plane for the first down. If it is, it's a first down. But it has to be clear-cut evidence that it wasn't. But still, I do like the challenge here because you have to, because it didn't look like it. So let's see what the ref says.
That retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com. And it looks like Vancouver will win that challenge, so they are not charged a timeout. Good challenge by Andrew Hamilton, head coach of the Legion. And the spot will be changed. It's going to be 4th and very, very short. So we'll see if Canton punts the football away in their own territory.
And 2 successful challenges, that means you do get one back because you did complete 2. Great job by the coaches in the booth right there, Charles Doherty and Mark Lopez, with the call to tell the coach the challenge.
So Canton will punt. 2 punts to start the second half, and this one a boomer into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. Legion will get the football at the 20-yard line. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We are looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the next minor league season, kicking off in just a few months. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. First and 10 now from the 20 for the Legion after the touchback. Throw is caught by Wells, and We've seen a lot of those throws by Christian Brown. He finally ends the lull in his passing, went 0 for his last 7, gets a completion there to old Reliable herself.
And when you have struggles passing the ball, doing those type of routes, 3-yard little hitch routes, just to catch the ball, to see it go into the hands of the receiver gives you confidence.
Handoff goes to Nakai, I believe, and that goes for maybe a short gain as Rockefeller came up and made the hit. Brings up 3rd and short now for the Legion.
One thing you don't want to do on this drive is give a 3 and out right here. This is a manageable 3rd down, high percentage right here that you can complete it. It's just about having the will.
This is a key 3rd down for Vancouver. Handoff, Redford trying to find room and doesn't get it. Canton was closing in a hurry and makes the stop right at the line of scrimmage, brings up a 4th down, so we'll see a 3rd punt.
And it started with the defensive line, Mike Hall, Jabari Curtis, LL Vogt, Neil Rivers getting the push that Canton needs, and then the rest of the team follows suit with the tackle.
Fielded just past the 30 and brought up to about the 39-yard line. We will once again toss it over to SFL HQ for a game break. Cameron O'Reilly.
Had to show this one to you, Eric. Watch type attack pull a Lamar Jackson, one of the best plays of the season. Attack gets out of a sack, off an interception, and throws a touchdown. Gus Scott in the back of the end zone. Seattle starting to take a little bit of control. 14-7 in the second. Back to you in Vancouver.
Thank you, Cam. Impressive play by Patak there. Patterson going to pitch it out to Logan Lee, who's been great here this afternoon. Gets a short gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
And good job on Vancouver there before Lee was going to break that tackle, because you saw the spin coming. They was able to get him down here. This is a key drive for Vancouver, the defense. They stopped them last drive. They're just trying to do as much as they can to help out the offense.
Robert Johnson with the carry this time and hit right at the line of scrimmage. Farnsey has been all over the map for the Legion defense. He'll make the stop after a gain of 1.
So in this situation here, they do like to throw the ball to Owens. Keep an eye out for that skinny post coming from the slot here.
They do have 5 wide in the formation. Patterson's going to be under center. Tripp's now going to be on the near side of the formation. Vancouver sends the blitz. Patterson fires one over the middle. A catch is made near the 40-yard line. Dillapre with another catch. That one probably the easier of the 3 he's made tonight.
Yeah, and this one right here is the skinny post, what we're talking about here. So right now, in that situation, the cornerback gave him inside leverage. That's all the receiver needs right there, and that's a beautiful throw. Right off the break, you saw him make a strike to Dillapre for a 1st down.
Just shy of the 40-yard line of Vancouver. Canton with a 1st down. Patterson over the middle into double coverage. Catch is made. Dillapre once again moving the sticks for the Classics.
And that right there is just Patterson having confidence in your receiver. That was a little bit more cover. Good job by Vancouver there with the coverage. It's just sure hands and just embracing the contact. Dillapre knows that he was going to get hit and was just able to secure the ball and just cover it up.
Scar Patterson has been absolutely lethal. Hasn't thrown it a ton, but has completed 8 of his last 10 throws, including a touchdown. Instead, he'll pitch it out to Lee. He's got plenty of space. Spin move. Gets inside the 10. Still dragging defenders. And he's dragged down at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal.
And this is just textbook offense 101. When you are throwing the ball well, this drive is lighter in the box right there. And then look at the blocking. When your receivers are doing the same caliber blocking as your offensive line, it's going to be tough to stop it. And a running back like Lee, that's all he needs. Running for 6.1 yards a carry, phenomenal.
Handoff goes to Johnson, but he goes absolutely nowhere as Farnsey once again getting in for another stop. He's been easily their defensive MVP here today.
Absolutely, just all over the place here with 5 tackles, 2 for loss, doing everything he can.
Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Owens shifts out near the sideline. Handoff goes to Lee, and he gets into the end zone for touchdown number 3, and Canton is pouring it on at this point.
Please look at the blocking here by the Classic. It's just a simple power O, meaning let's have the tackle kick out. The tight end kicks out to the left. The fullback leads up the middle and takes out that linebacker. Lee didn't have to do anything but just run forward right here because the blocking is so dominant. Beautiful play call and beautiful blocking by the Classics.
Just a masterful job so far by the Canton offense. Very crisp blocking up front. And Logan Lee, I mean, his resume speaks for itself, but he is absolutely running with a purpose today against his former team. 7 plays, 62 yards, capped off by that third rushing touchdown by Lee this afternoon, 28-3. And this is starting to look like the playoff game from a season ago. Ems boots it into the back of the end zone, and Lockett will take a knee, brings the ball out to the 20. And again, same mindset kind of applies here, Anthony. There's no one play that's going to give you 25 points. You have to run your offense, march it down the field, and start to find some productivity.
You have to make adjustments, but you just have to do it play by play. It's very important. Just positive yardage. That's all you want to...
Handoff. Redford again trying to do his absolute most, but this Classics defense has been absolutely insane. Law with the tackle there.
And they're going to cover the running. They're having not the best time passing the ball right here, but they've been running the ball pretty decently. So they're just going to cover the run.
Offset eye on second down for Vancouver. Handoff up the middle, fullback dive, and that's a first down for Vancouver. And that's exactly what you need. Sawyer Stern getting the first down there. You just need productive plays to build momentum and start to gain productivity on offense.
You need somebody just to be that spark plug to come in there, just make a play like this to get them amped. You're still in it. You have a lot of time right here. You've worked really hard. You're undefeated for a reason. There's no reason for why you can't come back in this game.
Under 2 to go here in the third. Handoff again. Redford. Spin move. Gets about 5 yards on the play before he's tackled.
And it's very important. You want to run the football. If you can get 5 yards on first down, it just takes a lot of stress off your offense because you can pass the ball right here and you'll still have third down just in case you don't get first down.
High formation on 2nd and 5. Handoff to Nakai, who gets cold cocked right at the line of scrimmage there. Does get the first down and holds on to the ball. And that's exactly what you're looking for from Vancouver right now. You're looking for effort plays. That was an effort play.
And that was just an extra burst of energy by Nakai coming in here. Running really well. 7 carries for 38 yards. And that's just a nice first down to keep the drive going.
Handoff goes to Redford, but Mike Gall came clean off the edge to make the TFL. Loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, it just looks like there was a missed blocking assignment. It looks like the offensive line blocked down to the right. That left all just wide open for that tackle.
Brown going to throw into coverage, incomplete. And that was tight coverage out there by number 22, King Jamal, the safety.
And kudos to the Classics, just maintaining the offense there, getting 2 interceptions, some key interception right here, and just been controlling the run game against Vancouver.
Brett Killian's been very, very quiet tonight as well. Held without a catch so far. Brown looking to change that here as he fires, but he throws another pick. And that's Bernstein again. 3 interceptions for Frank Bernstein of the Canton Classics.
And he came in with an interception today and added 3. It's the same type of coverage. What's making it tough for Christian Brown is he's pulling himself off of that flat route and just reading the ball. He's just watching the quarterback to see where he's throwing it and just been breaking off his coverage to get interceptions.
That's a great point there, Anthony, because his coverage was the out route there, but he broke off of it as soon as he saw the ball fly and made an impressive play to get the pick. So that's all Bernstein there, as Cherry's going to get the handoff here, and he'll get into Vancouver territory with a 4-yard run.
And that's just, looking at the quarterback tendencies on the sideline, recognizing that he likes to stare down his receivers. And so all he's doing is just looking in the backfield and just waiting for that route that he knows to break off and get the interception.
Last play of the third quarter. Patterson to throw. Flag on the play. Tipped and incomplete. We'll see what the penalty marker is. And it's going to be defensive holding against the Legion, so it'll be a first down for the Classics.
Yeah, and that was just a tackle. He might have thought it was a run play.
Looking to lay a hit on Logan Lee, and that wasn't the way to do it. As we reach the end of 3, Canton with a very impressive lead, 28-3. We will pause for just a moment for league rights. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Eric Vincent alongside Anthony Ellison, Gerald Smith, and Dwayne Schindler in the stats truck for us this afternoon here in Vancouver. It has been all Classics, thanks to the 3 picks by Frank Bernstein, keeping this Legion offense at bay. Patterson over the middle, catch is made. Farnsey was blanketing Dillapre the entire way, but he still makes the catch and gets a gain of 9.
And that's a great coverage by Farnsey. It's just really tough when you have somebody like Dillapre that's just been catching crazy coverage catches all game right there. And when you just have receivers like that helping out your quarterback, it's just been really tough to defend.
Offset eye on 2nd and 1 for Canton. Patterson hands it off to Cherry, who gets the first down close to the 30-yard line, and that'll move the sticks once again for the Classics on the ground.
And it's just another great job by the offensive line to block there. He didn't get touched until 5 yards after point of contact right there. And that's just, once again, tiring out the Vancouver's defense just by just smash mouth football.
Lee going to shift out of the backfield. As Patterson takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's got time, gonna fire it, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Good coverage out there by the Legion's secondary, as that was Will Stern, the corner, making the deflection.
And almost a highlight play interception right there. But once again, it was just a little bit dangerous of a throw there. But luckily nothing happened, and Vancouver looking for another stop here as possible.
2nd down, 3 wide for Patterson. He's under center. Shuffling, looking, fires into coverage, incomplete. Was looking for Dillapre Sr. He's made a couple catches like that this afternoon, but Zach Lay and company were in good coverage.
And that right there, they covered that skinny post, and that was just a great job. Lay stepping up from that safety position to knock it down. If you can't catch it, knock it down. That's the biggest thing.
Third down for the Classics. Patterson, rollout, fires, caught inside the 10, first and goal as Jack Wall finally catches a longer pass there. He's been kind of shuffling off the line, just a little drag route, but he finds a better route here for him.
The reason why Patterson has 118.6 QBR rating is passes like that. That's remarkable. You threw it behind 2 defenders. There was 4 defenders around him. Was able to throw an absolute dot to your tight end.
Patterson very efficient this afternoon. Only 4 incompletions on his resume. And Logan Lee has rushed for 3 touchdowns. Patterson looking for Wall, couldn't quite reel that one in. He probably heard footsteps by Lay, and he drops that one.
And right here, just got to be careful. You threw into double coverage twice this drive. If you're the Classic, you just want to, you can run the ball. There's nothing wrong with running the ball right here, chewing the clock. Every incomplete pass stops the clock.
It is a little curious that they're starting to go a little pass happy here after having this comfortable lead. But, hey, run your offense. Pitch play does go to Lee, trying to find the end zone, but Mark Lopez has had enough of that. Makes a good open field tackle.
That's a really great open field tackle right there. Just break your feet down, square up to the running back, and just drive them there. Good stop. Big third down right here. Let's see what the Classics can do.
Patterson with the QB sneak, trying to find room, and gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. Finally gets wrapped up by number 56 getting in there and making the stop. And that was Lindsey Timpson getting in there, the rookie 15th overall pick. And it's going to be a chippy field goal for Ems, and he knocks it through from 19 to make it a 28-point lead.
So what you want to do, Vancouver, is starting to get a little bit out of hand. You just want to have a sustainable drive that gets you points so that you can look back on and say, hey, this is just a little rusty. We had an extra week off. We weren't as focused, to get yourself focused for the next game.
Still 7:18 on the clock. We'll see what Vancouver can do on offense here, but they have struggled mightily against the Classics, and their offense, as you see right there, has been humming on all cylinders. 4 tutties, a field goal, and 2 punts. They have not turned the football over once this afternoon. Brown from about the 20-yard line after the touchback. High formation, hands it off. Redford got nowhere to go. Mike All and company slams the door shut, and he'll lose 2. And Anthony, there's only been 3 times total that Vancouver has been held to 3 points or less. And the last time was just last season in the playoffs to these same Canton Classics, as they were blanked 40-0 in the wild card round. Brown gonna throw another interception. Canton's defense finally picks off a pass from someone other than Bernstein, and it's Groneck getting in there and setting up shop for him.
And it looks like just it wasn't enough like air on the ball to get it over the linebacker, and one way to stretch out and grab that interception right there. Every interception that the Classics have gotten today have been like really tough plays that they made here, and it's just been unfortunate for Vancouver today.
So from the 24-yard line of Vancouver after the Mark Groneck interception, Handoff goes back to Lee. Good spin move, still running well as he gets into the SFL red zone after a gain of 6.
And obviously, you want to be different from season to season. In the playoff game, you saw the tough loss that they had, and right here it's still time, but it's just been really difficult for Vancouver to get anything going.
Handoff again, this time to Cherry, and he's been running hard today as well as he'll get inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
Yeah, and it's been running back by committee. It's been Johnson, it's been Lee, it's been Cherry, and it's been the offensive line doing everything they can to get these blocks here. And I just love it. All they're doing is when they don't have anybody to block on the defensive line front, they just go up to the next level and they block those linebackers and they create these like open lanes for your running backs.
And that was a great stat there. Started off hot for Christian Brown of Vancouver. 4 of 4, looking good. Offense humming since then. He's been 1 for 11 and 4 picks. Just an unbelievable turn of events here for the Legion as Canton has capitalized on those turnovers and they have jumped out to a huge lead.
And it's really tough because the Classics knew that, Christian Brown needed to throw the ball. So they got in their pass coverage and they were just waiting for it because they couldn't run the ball effectively on offense.
It's a great point. Handoff. No. Play action. Patterson pumps. Pressure from behind. He's going to go down. Bobo Caudill, 6'7", 350, Anthony. I don't want to get touched by that.
No, not at all. That means you got to get the ball out your hand. That pump fake right there is always dangerous because then you're holding the ball a little bit longer. That gives the defense time to get to you. And you don't want to get hit right now. You have the lead, potentially the win. You don't want your star quarterback to get injured.
And they're going to throw again. Patterson with time. End zone incomplete. Mark Lopez with the deflection forces the 4th and goal.
And I love the fight here on defense, not giving up, not laying over for this Classic team right here. And great job, almost an interception here. Good job just getting the hands on the ball to knock it down.
An interception late in the 3rd. And Vancouver's defense held Canton to 3. And another interception here in the 4th quarter. We'll see if Rob Ems can put it through for 3 once again. From 29, bad snap, gets it up. It is through. 34-3 now the score with under 5 to go. And that's a good point, Anthony. The defense is standing tall and making those stops here in the 4th quarter, making sure they're keeping Canton out of the end zone.
Well, they're all professionals here, and, you have good games, you have bad games, but the biggest thing is you give yourself 100% on every play possible, regardless of what the outcome is. Because at the end of the day, when you go back and look at the film for this game, you want to show your coaching staff and your team that you never gave up.
Return by Lunar brings it up to about the 25-yard line. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Brown will throw and couldn't quite reel that one in. It was a short pass over to McMichaels, and that falls incomplete. What more needs to be said? You see it there.
Yeah, it's when it rains, it pours, and it's just been really, really tough. But you know what? You keep fighting. You got 4 minutes left. You want to get some points on the board. Show your fans that, you know what? We got this. We might have had a hiccup today, but you know what? We're going to keep on battling here. Like I said, you're undefeated. So there's a reason you won your first few games, so you just got to put some fight. It's going to be all right.
Lockett couldn't quite reel that one in as Rockefeller made the hit, jarred the football loose, and that brings up 3rd down. And really, it's a testament more to the Classics defense than it is to the Legion offense. This offense has plenty of weapons, clearly. I mean, you've got a Hall of Fame running back. You've got Studer Nakai, who is no slouch. You've got two big-time wide receivers in Killian and Wells. A nice acquisition in Lockett from the Aztecs as Brown is going to fire and finds BK12 for the first time this afternoon, believe it or not. And that's going to make it 4th and 4. I think the Classics just had a really good game plan and just shut Vancouver down.
Yeah, and that's sometimes that's just how it is. They out coach you, and you don't want to hear that if you're the opposing coaches. But that's just what happened. They just had more film on you.
Brown on 4th down. BK12 couldn't reel it in. Turnover on downs, and Canton will get the football back with just over 4 minutes to go.
And it was going to be tough when Christian Brown was starting to have a tough time with the throwing the ball right there. You got to help out your quarterbacks catching the ball. That's a tough drop. But Vancouver can score. They scored 37 points last week against San Diego, put up 27 in the week before against Portland. But you just ran into a team that just had more will to block in the running game in the Classics.
Handoff goes to Lee once again, and that is up the middle for a gain of 5. Tomorrow night, SFL action on YouTube begins with a rematch of the Season 17 and 21 championships. Florida visits Baltimore at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Other games include Alamo City, Carolina, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and Atlanta, San Diego. For the full schedule of kickoff dates and times, visit simulationfl.net. Second and 5, Patterson doing a good job making sure that the play clock is run all the way down before taking the snap. He'll go play action. Catch is made for a short gain of 3. And that was Bob Lund with his second catch of the afternoon.
And now if you're Vancouver, you're going to finish this game strong. You got to recognize that you got to go and travel Carolina to play the Skyhawks here. In Canton, this is really good to come out victorious here on a bye week, and then you're going to have a tough matchup with the DC Dragons in week 6.
No rest for the wicked, as they say, and Vancouver going to look to get right after this game because it was just a very good defensive game plan for the Classics against their offense and just shut them down after maybe the first possession. As the handoff by Cherry goes for maybe a gain of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Like I said, Vancouver, this is for pride right here. You want to get a drive. You want to get your quarterback in rhythm. It's been a tough game throwing the ball here, but you still want to deliver something in a positive yardage for your team.
Defense has found their rhythm a little bit here in the second half as well for Vancouver, but unfortunately for them, Canton was already out to a 3 and then a 4-score lead, so very difficult to come back after that, as Ems is going to add another 3 points, make it a 37-3 game after the turnover on downs. 2:06 to go here in the ballgame. Ems will boot it down the field. Into the middle of the end zone. Lockett will understandably bring it out. Trying to make something happen here on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 26-yard line. 2:01 to go here.
Nice run out the end zone right here. You got 2-minute warning coming up. So let's see a 2-minute offense out of Vancouver. Something to hold your head up on leaving this game.
Brown going to be under center. He's got 4 wideouts to work with. Redford the single back. Brown throws and another pick. Just an absolutely, man. This is an awful taste in your mouth if you're Christian Brown as he throws another one there to Canton.
And you just have to feel for Christian Brown here, just trying to make something happen. It's just being rattled from all the other interceptions in the game right here. You know, if you go back to the sideline, if you're on the sideline, just be there for him. Just hug it out. Recognize that it's just one game in an early season, and a bounce back is going to happen next week.
Joshua Durr with that interception there. 5 picks for Christian Brown here this afternoon at home in the Delta Dome, and that was not what the Legion faithful had in mind when they were welcoming in the Classics here this afternoon. Very, very tough game for Vancouver, as looks like Vancouver will call their first timeout.
And this is just great play calling by the head coach Ray Donaldson, offensive coordinator Frank Berenstein, and defensive coordinator Kanye Rockefeller. Just calling an absolute gem of a game here. Just made it tough for Vancouver.
Play action for Patterson. Going to throw and incomplete. Mark Lopez had an opportunity at the interception there, and it hits the dirt for an incompletion. As Canton Classic still continuing to get coached up on the sideline over there.
Yeah, there's always something that you can work on, something you can improve on there. So it's always a coachable moment. Doesn't matter if you're winning by a lot or anything.
Play action again. Patterson quickly throws. Wall with the catch. Tackle near the line to gain, and Vancouver will call their second timeout. They'll have 1 remaining.
Yeah, come on, Vancouver. We'll stop right here. 3rd and 1. This is going to be most likely a quarterback run here, but just a stop. Get another shot at offense.
Patterson has run the QB sneak several different times in this instance. We'll see if he runs it here. Instead, it's going to be handoff to Cherry. Cherry will get the first down, and that'll be the ball game. Vancouver will burn their last timeout. They have no other opportunities to stop the clock, and Canton is going to get out of here with a win.
It's exactly how it started in the first quarter, with the way it's ending here. Just another dominant performance running the football by the Classic.
Patterson takes the knee there to get the clock rolling once again. And it's funny, right? Because it's almost an exact duplicate of their playoff loss, the Legion's playoff loss to the Classics. Only difference is they're at home. And a 37-3 score here. They lost in the wild card round last season, 40-0 to these Canton Classics. And it's just going to be difficult. Clearly Canton has their number right now. Doesn't mean that Vancouver did not put together a good game plan. Just meant that the Classics were better today. And they clearly showed that defensively, offensively, across the board.
For Vancouver, luckily, the whole season is not playing Vancouver every single time. You get to play somebody else next week right here and continue on. You're still over 500. You're still sitting good in your division right here. This is just somebody who has your number the last 2 games, but that doesn't mean if you see them in the playoffs, something different can happen, because it can. It's just about now we need to focus on next week's game and getting our mind right.
It's got to be a next up mentality for Vancouver moving forward. Let this one rinse and back at it. Give yourself 24 hours and get back to the grindstone, as you've got Carolina on the road next week as they're looking to get right. Winless so far, as they do have a game tomorrow here in week 4 against Alamo City. That'll be a tough matchup for them as well, as the Artillery have looked very good here in season 22 as the clock hits triple zeros. Canton 37, Vancouver 3. Any final thoughts, Anthony Ellison?
It's showing that, the Classics is going to be an extremely tough team to play this whole season. And if they keep on running like they did with Logan Lee, Robert Johnson, and Bill Cherry, it's just going to be really hard for me to see somebody stop this team right here, because the way they block, and that's the offensive line and the receivers, it's going to be difficult.
It's going to be tough sledding for sure, and then they'll have to teams in the SFL will have to figure this out, because I do believe that Canton, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with moving forward. They will be 4-0 going into their bye week. As we mentioned before, Vancouver moving to 2-1, and they will have to be on the road against Carolina next week. So on behalf of Anthony Ellison, Gerald Smith, and Dwayne Schindler in the Strats Truck, and Commissioner, Executive Producer Extraordinaire Cameron Irvine, my name is Eric Vincent. I want to thank you for tuning into this presentation of the Simulation Football League, and stay tuned for more Week 4 action on the league YouTube page. Thank you, and good night, everybody.